Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to be talking about Warframe and the First Descendant. So people say that this game is much like Warframe, and other people say that this game is so much like Destiny 2. And what are the big comparisons? What are the things that's bringing us to these conclusions that this is like Warframe or this is like Destiny 2? I would firmly like to say that all in all, they have some similarities, but they are not the same thing. Now, Warframe, for example, you're going to see some things that are similar to the First Descendant, as the First Descendant obviously copied Warframe. It uses HP, uses shields, uses MP, and uses mods. But how is it like Destiny 2? The colored loot drops, the strike-like activities, or the open world patrols? So, I would say, in my opinion, that this game is more like Warframe than it is like Destiny 2. Now, having some of these comparisons, when you see them side by side, you quickly are going to see that Warframe and the First Descendant are polar opposites of each other. They're night and day. The mission that I have picked for the First Descendant is not reflective of that daytime cycle, and the mission I picked for Warframe is not a representation of that nighttime cycle. The vibrance of Warframe, the dullness of the First Descendant, the movement of Warframe versus the lack of movement in the First Descendant are, again, leagues apart, right? So that's why some people are saying, oh, well, I wish we had some more movement in the First Descendant like Warframe. If it's going to copy it, copy some of the best parts of it. Now, Warframe is different than the First Descendant, as the First Descendant, in my opinion, is more or less like the Division 2 without crouching. It has Warframe elements with the Division 2 kind of attached to it. Now, this Warframe gameplay is kind of sped up by just a little bit, but Warframe players know that Warframe is a fast-paced moving game. You are sliding, you are jumping, you are moving, you have an objective, you see the dot, you go to the dot, and you do the things in between. Now, the First Descendant's mission structure isn't like that. This is where the Destiny 2 comparison comes into, where there is the spawning of enemies in this with the strike-like activity, right? And I think these are called incursions, and or maybe they're not, whatever. But you go on these missions, enemies spawn in, and your group of teammates, and you kill those things while utilizing your abilities slowly, unlike Warframe, where it's more rapid fire, unleash your abilities and know what you're doing. In the First Descendant, that's where the Warframe comparison comes into, because every ability has a thing that it kind of does in conjunction with something else, right? So let's talk about mods. So more of the Warframe comparison. So if we go into our arsenal here for our Warframe, you can see that we have a plethora of things to click from, and everything in this list can be got into, right? Like enhance. All right, so you can see some of it's got the symbols. You can't see me pointing to the thing, but it's got the symbols at the top right hand corner. It has the capacity, it has the health, has the shield, has the armor, the energy, the duration, the efficiency, range, and the strength. It has every single mod has like a type of thing that it does, or the little niche thing, right? So comparing the two, apples to apples, right? You're going to see the Warframe comparison here. It's not as flashy. Warframe's got all that flash and pizzazz, and Warframe always looked good out of the box. People say it's hard to get into, but again, I'd say the First Descendant is equally as hard to get into if you are not starting from the beginning. While playing Warframe from the beginning, right, I have been playing Warframe from the beginning. I have not continued to play it like that, right? So I am not the best Warframer out there, right? No, by no means, but the similarities are there. So Warframe's been out for 10 years. So let's talk about the marketplace. Let's talk about the character acquisition in comparisons to the First Descendant and Warframe. So what we have here with the Warframe marketplace is you get like a plethora of things when you buy, when you give I forget what the company's called that made Warframe, but when you give them a bunch of money, they give you a bunch of stuff back. And the First Descendant, it doesn't feel that way. You put a lot of stuff in and you get a little bit of stuff back. When we talk about individual characters, they kind of give you get your bang for your buck. Yeah, let's say, so if we go with the primes, comparable to Ultimate Descendants in the First Descendant, we are talking $140. Let's round up, $140. Then you get almost $140 or $150 worth of Prime Platinum, the premium currency. And then you get 1 prime, 2 prime, 3 prime, and then some extra stuff and some boosters, right? You get all that for $140. Now, if we look at the platinum, which is Warframe's premium currency, is gain instant access to Warframes. You know, you pay the money in order for the convenience to be gone, so you don't have to craft it. So, what are some of the currencies here for that? Let me see if I can, while I'm in the middle of editing. Okay, boom. All right, let's move me down just a little bit. Now, the platinum, right? 3,210 platinum is going to cost you, I want to say $150. I want to say that's what it said. And then it escalates from there. But the main thing that you're going to want to take away from this is every time that you buy platinum, you feel like you're getting more bang for your buck. You're spending $10, you get 170 platinum. You know, if you spend $5, you get 75 platinum. It's a currency base that, like, when you put in a bunch of money, you feel like you get a lot of platinum in return. Now, on both sides, you can use this premium currency to gain instant access to the Descendants or the Warframes in that case. But Warframes bundles, again, comes with a lot more. I'm giving them $150. I get this. I get rare mod. They're probably easy to get in the game, so you don't know. But the picture sells it for it looking flashy, so maybe I want to get that. If I was to go down to my arsenal, right, and I was going to look at my Warframe, I'll go into my Warframe and go over to swapping out my actual Warframe. Now, the Warframes that I have here unlocked is, I'm not going to go through them, but I've only purchased 2 of them. The other ones I actually grinded for. The ones that I purchased were Korra and Gara. And that was to kind of see how the instant access thing worked. And I did this recently because I didn't remember what the purchase to Warframe allocation is when I do get that. So there ain't no crafting of it. I purchased it. I bought it. It's mine. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to use it. Now, I didn't get any extra flashy stuff with it. I think I just bought the character. Now, if we go into the Foundry, and this is comparable to, like, I forget what her name is, like Annihilus or Anaya or something like that. The crafter in the First Descendant is the same get down, but Warframe here has a lot more materials, has a lot more things to grind for. But you can, I want to say that you can have all these things crafting at the same time. It's just going to take you time. I don't think there's a limit on how much you can actually craft at one time. You can correct me if I'm wrong down in the comment section, but I want to say you can have, if you have all the components and stuff here, you can go ahead and craft it, and it's gonna be done. In the First Descendant, you're limited to 4 things at one time. You can only craft 4 things at one time. Now, if we go over to the First Descendant's actual page to buy stuff, the shop, and we look at the Ultimate Descendants, we get, for 5,000 caliber, we get the Warframe and an extension and a catalyst and some skins and an extra Descendant slot. That's cool, but if I was to give you 5,000 caliber in the equivalent of Warframe money, right? Platinum, you know, I would end up getting 5,000 caliber plus I would get half of the $69.99 for the caliber. So I would get anywhere, I would get like, I'd give them $100 and then they would give me 7,000 caliber, 7,125 caliber, some crazy weird number like that, because they give me more bang for my buck. And then when I go and purchase an Ultimate Descendant, there ain't all this like first bundle, second bundle type of deal. I'm gonna get Vesa, I'm gonna get Ultimate, Vesa, Bunny, and Glay, right? I'm gonna get all 3 of those for 7,000 platinum, and it's all gonna come with everything else. Right? So what does all this mean? It means that the monetization process of the First Descendant isn't good. I get it, but it's not good, right? That's Nexon for you. And the Warframe Platinum type of deal is more or less, it's been fixed. It's had 10 years. Can the First Descendant have done something equivalent to what Warframe has already done? They could have. Did they? No, they did not. Will they change it in the future? Maybe, but I'm thinking that they wanted their big bucks now. They wanted the big bust of games. They wanted the ultimate bunnies and the regular bunnies. They wanted all the people to purchase all the bunnies and give them a whole bunch of money, right? That bunny money. The comparisons for the mods are it's a good takeaway from Warframe, because Warframe system is good. Should they have copied Destiny's model? No. It's great that they didn't do that. It's good that they went the Warframe route, right? They could have came up with something similar but not same. But samesies, I mean, the game is made. It doesn't seem like Warframe's people are going to sue them for this mod system or anything like that. I don't know. I don't know if they are or they aren't, but they haven't done it yet. So the similarities are there. The good things about the First Descendant is that it copied some of the best aspects of one of the greatest free-to-play games out there, which is Warframe. The bad thing that they've done was that they don't give you the bang for the buck when it comes to your microtransactions. It's a Destiny 2 inspired Warframe copy with a Division 2 lackluster gameplay style. So, with that being said, if you guys do understand where I'm coming from with the First Descendant versus the Warframe comparison, because I know a lot of people haven't played Warframe, or they hear a lot about it, but they never got the chance to see it. Go ahead and hit a like on the video. That'll really help this channel and this video reach more people so they can see the two comparisons and hear the opinions of those in the comment section and mine here on the channel of where the First Descendant is going and where they have gone from point A to point B in their very looked up to, very highly influenced by other looter shooters, right? We always say that we want a game to do what the First Descendant has done, which is take some of the better qualities of other games and make it into a truly good game, right? But we can't say that about the First Descendant story. But anyway, like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.